Welcome back, my friends. We already know what we have to do, so now let's create this. So I'm going to change this and I'm going to make it a nav, so it's more understandable for the browser that this is a navigation menu. We're going to have a class name here. It's going to have the class name relative and also the class name grow. Grow is just simply going to grow into all the space available for it. It's kind of similar to flex one, so we're going to add grow there, not glow. And then simply now we're going to have the command components that we will need from the components UI from chat.cn. So we're going to have this command and just simply allow us to have like a menu links right here. It's able to provide us that and also show us or add to us the functionality of searching, so we can search through that information, and you will see how. So I'm just going to go to this command, add a class name for this one. I'm going to add rounded LG, so rounded large right here, and then also it's going to have the overflow visible, and then also the BG is going to be transparent. And then inside of this command, it can take a command input where we can use it to search. So we're going to have this command input here, okay, not from there, from the UI, and then simply right here we can just add a placeholder to it which can say search like this. And for this one, let's add another thing which is going to be now the command list, where we have our items. So command list here, and this command list is going to have another class name right here, which is going to have a padding from the top, which is going to be 2, and also is going to have not the top but the top and bottom, so on the y-axis, and also it's going to have the overflow visible. And inside of this one we're going to have a comment empty components. So these components right here is just simply when we search and we couldn't find anything, we will show whatever we want to inside this comment empty. And also if the array you are passing right here, the menu links are empty, it's going to show whatever you have here. So we can say something like no results found, for example, no results found like this, or we can say no links found, something like that. And then after that, now we're going to have our group, and our group where we map to our items. So we can say command group right here. Make sure you always use from UI, never import anything other than that. So we're going to go to our command group. Now I'm going to add a class name to it right here, and I'm going to also add the overflow visible. So overflow visible right here, and also going to have padding top 0, and then we're going to make this not required but relative. And inside of here, now let's map to our items, so our menu links, and then we're gonna map through it, and then we're gonna get every single link, and then also the index. And right here you can just directly return the components as you want to, like this. But another way that allows us to do some calculations or some operations before that is just simply have curly braces like this and then return the HTML components. And this way right here we can actually do some calculations or any operation. And we're going to do this because we need to find the icon. So in our menu links, if you go back to our data, you can see the objects that we have. We have the icon, which is by the name. We're going to use that and compare it with the icons we have. And if we found that one of here, which is the icon, equal to any value we have right here for the icon, we're gonna return this path. So simple, very simple. Just compare the icon with the value here, and if it exists, we're gonna go to the icons and return its path, okay, for the certain objects we are looking for. So we can look for it, so we can define the icon here. So let's icon, and let's go, let's have like a search here, so const, and then let's call this icon search. So const and then icon search like this. And what we're gonna do, we're just simply gonna go through our icons, and the icons we're getting them from constant / icons. That's why we define them there. And simply we're gonna use the find function, and we're gonna look for the icon where the value, sorry, I am doing a mistake right here. Can you please, okay, so now it's fine. So now let's look where the icon dot the value of it is actually equal to what? To our link right here that we are mapping through dot icon right here. Okay, so we're just gonna as we can see, we're gonna compare the icon with the value. We're gonna compare the icon that we have here with the value, okay, and then that's it. So we can check if it exists, so we can look if the icon search exists, and if it does, we're gonna go to our icon and return the icon search component dot what? Dot the path, okay, like that. It's gonna return that component. So now we know our icon is gonna be a component which what his name is gonna be the icon search, which is the icon that we are looking through dot path. So let's say for example we are using this one, we found it, then we just simply the component is gonna be the path, which is store icon. So it's like doing this way, and it's gonna return that component this way, okay, and that works, and that's what we want to. So now we're not going to return just a normal div, we're going to return a comment item which is also from Shadcene UI, which has more functionality. What is it doing? It's not returning it directly, so let me do it again. Command item, okay, like this. So for the command item, when we map, we need to always provide the key, which is right here is going to be the index, and then also it's going to take a class name. So let's just go add a class name right now. So for the class name, so for this one, we're going to use the utility function that we added, which is cn, which allow us for a few things, and the most important things to fix like the issues with the class names if we are the same. So we have this conflict, it fixes it for us, but it's going to take, first of all, let's have the width to be 4, and then also the height is going to be 12, and then also cursor is going to be pointer. Okay, that is the first thing. We're going to leave it this way, but we're going to add another thing, which is we're going to look if this is the opened tab. So for example, let's say we are in the item, like let's say categories. So if we are in the categories page, I want this link to be different, like some underlined, or like I have a certain background changes to know it's the active one. That's what I mean. So inside of this one, which is the command item right now, we need a link. So we're just going to add a link there. So let me just add it there. And for this link is going to come from where? From next link, of course. So for this link right here, it's going to take an href, and href, it's going to take our link dot and then link. Okay, and after that, it's going to take a class name. So let's add the class name right here. Bear with me. So it's going to be flex, and there's going to be item center. Also, it's going to have gap tool. And then also when we hover, it's going to change the background to be transparent. So on hover, PG transparent. And then also it's going to have rounded MD, so mid DM rounded effects, and then also it's going to have transition all. So we're just going to add, what is it, transition all, and then also going to make the width 4. And then what else? So inside of here, so inside this link, so it's going to take some items inside. So let's just open it, and inside of here we're going to have the icon first. On the left side is going to be the icon, and then under that is going to be the label. So I'm going to have a span here, and we can go through our link dots, so link dots, and then label like this. We're going to show the icon and then also the label. So now we have to see if this is actually working. So going back to our application right here, so it is opened, but we don't see the links right here. So what is the problem? So first of all, let me go back to my application. Let's see if we are actually using this one in our sidebar. We actually using it, but it doesn't show, because if you go back into our layouts and in the sidebar, we're not using the is admin. Okay, we have to pass it, because this one is for the admin. So when we do that, now it's gonna render our component. So now going back to our application, you will see that we have the links right there with the proper icon you add to them. As you can see, this is beautiful. So this is of course very customizable. So change to the icons you want to. Just I showed you in the previous video, even it took long, but I did show you, so you can actually manage to customize it the way you want to, just not copy paste. And you can have other tabs. Of course, this is not fully this way, because we could actually add few other links, but for now we're going to keep it this way. Now let's work on the functionality when that's active. For example, now the main route, let's click, for example, dashboard is going to keep us in the same route. I click on stores, it's going to take us to /dashboard, then admin then /stores. So for example, in this one, which is the first one, this one is the active one, so it should be active automatically. It should be active in the dashboard. If I am opening the stores page, it should be this one is the active one. If I am opening the categories page, the category should be active. So you get my idea. So now let's actually do this. Going back to our nav admin. So right here we have added the first class name in CN, which is just simply this few classes. So now we can do another test, which is simply this way. Just do it this way and open curly braces, and you can apply the classes depending on this condition. So the condition is what? So that our link.link is equal to what? To the path name that we are actually now at. So how do we get the path name? First of all, you just gotta make this in the client side. So you're just gonna add these clients, and then going back right here. So before return, we're just gonna simply go like const, and then get the path name. So let's call it path name, and to get it, just simply use the use path name, okay, from next navigation, and this one gets you the path that you are on, which is going to be /dashboard /admin, for example, if you're opening that. So just simply this is what it does, and I'm going to show you in action. So I'm just going to go console log and then path name here. So just to remove the confusion you have about it, so path name, let's add this way. and here let's add the path name there. So we're going to make sure that the element.link right here is equal to link.link is equal to our path name, and if it is, that means it's the active one, and when it's the active one, we're just going to make the background accent. So this is the background where I want it, and also the text is going to be accent foreground. This is the changes to make it active or look active. So now if I go back to my application, you can see I hover on the other ones, but the dashboard is always active because it is the active one, and that's how do we want it. I'm actually thinking of adding like a little bit of space between them like this, because it seems like it doesn't look like we have that space. So let me actually add it. So I'm just gonna go back to our code, and maybe right here I can just go margin top one. Let's actually see if it's gonna make a big difference. Yeah, this way, or you can make it even smaller, that's up to you. So this is working fine now. We have added that, nicely done, and you can customize it to the way you want to. And yeah, that's it for this video. And now we actually, in the next videos, we're gonna start actually coding what we want to. So yeah, see you in the next video.